Hey everybody, Lateef Thomas here from Complete Track and Field, and welcome back to another timely edition of Your Fired Friday. You know how we do it here, and you know if there's one thing that people ask me for more than anything else, it is not another article about acceleration or how to program lactate threshold work for my 400-meter runners. It's about me firing some people on the internet. And who am I to deny the will of the people? So let's get after it. As coaches, we should have training themes for our sessions, themes for our weekly plan, our mesocycles, all that stuff. So we're going to have a theme for today's expose. Today's theme is going to be taken very loosely from David Lynch's Creativity, Consciousness in the Brain, and we're going to call it Professionalism, Baller Status, and the Ego. So we're going to look at three types of coaches today who have some ego issues, and we're going to talk about what it is, and if it applies to you, you know what that means. Hold on a second, wait. Just wait for it. You're fired. And you can get out, pack your bag, be up out of here. So, here's one thing I understand. No matter what I do, I've been doing this for 10 years, no matter what I do, somebody is going to get upset about what I say. So, before I begin, I would like to quote Eddie Murphy, 1982, Delirious, The Barbecue. And it goes a little something like this. It's my house. You know what it is? And if you don't like it, you can get the stuff out. I don't give a stuff. I pay the bills in this mother, brother, and it's paid. Kiss my ass if you don't like it. Let us begin. First type of coach getting a pink slip today. Scott Christensen recently wrote an article for Complete Track and Field called 10 Facts About Successful Coaches. And number 2, he said, and I quote, all successful coaches have an ego. Now get over it. And that's what we have to try to do today, get over our egos. Now, let me just say something here. I got to try to stay somewhat on topic. Every coach has an ego. That is a fact, Jack. End of conversation. Having an ego does not make you by default like some huge D-bag that's totally out of control, leading every conversation with, look at my bio, my resume, and all the stuff I did, and as we will get into, one-upping everybody by having a superior way of doing things. Right? It's not either you're a crazy, out-of-control egomaniac, or you and Jesus and the Buddha all get together on the weekends and sit around and talk about, the true nature of reality and how to bring heaven on earth. Right? It's not one of those two things. It's not either or. If I say that I don't have an ego, I'm a liar. And wait for it, I'm fired. But if you do, if you are one of those people who leads with, I don't have an ego, I'm beyond that, I've transcended that, here's what I want you to do. Be very careful, maybe take a note. I want you to get a jar, I want you to get an empty jar. Right? I want you to take the cover off. Right? I want you to breathe some of your magic into that jar. I have no ego. I've transcended it all. Right? And I want you to twist the cover back on that, and I want you to mail it to me. And I'm going to open it, and I just want to be able to sit with the presence of your light because you have entered the kingdom of heaven. I just want to be around your presence as it emanates through my office so that hopefully I can reach a point where I'm as evolved as you to have no ego. First, anyone who really has an ego would never say, I have no ego, because they would have transcended petty concepts like the ego, which is just an illusion in the first place because there is only one truth and none of us have any clue as to what it is. To say that you have no ego proves that you have an ego. It's really just your ego saying, I'm better. I'm so much more evolved and wonderful than those plebeians in their egos and think they're better than everybody else. No ego is just the other side of the coin of big ego. You have big ego. Just your shtick is not having an ego. That's in fact that's how it works. It's like in high school, at least for me when I was in high school, you had those kids, they were kind of like the goth kids, and they all dressed in black. And I hate everyone. I'm so angry here in the suburbs. My life is so hard. And they dress in black and black stuff and black on black, and they get together with the other goth friends who hate everything, and we all hate everything. No, homie, you are not anti. You are the same thing as those jocks that you hate because you are just in a different group. It is not, you're not doing anything special or different. Well, you're doing something different, just different than what you hate, but it's really the same thing. It's the other side of the same coin. So maybe we just have different definitions of ego, but here's the thing, here's the test. If you're one of those people who leads with your no self version of self, I know that you're not upset right now because you have transcended the ego. And because you have no ego, you will never get upset about what I'm saying if it's calling you out on a certain level, because you are no longer held down by those petty types of things. So you don't feel the need to yell and scream and cry at the bottom in the feedback section, because you are beyond these petty things. Because to get upset, to feel emotion, to be upset right now means you have an ego, which proves my point. So, ball's in your court now, friends. Here's the bottom line. We all have egos. It's okay to have an ego. That is healthy. We are not enlightened, or we would not be here. So, if you're one of those people like, I have no ego, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. You can go down there and say whatever you want. My very unevolved ego might get upset and have to respond somehow. So, that said, all you people that think you're no ego coaches, let's carry the one thing with the jar. You're fired. Coach number 2 that's getting fired. I call these one-uppers, Penelopes, Christ the Kings, and of course, a triple jump Tories. When I first started coaching, or I should say posting stuff online back in like 04, 05, there was this dude. Every time I posted a thought, article, or opinion, my man had to come in and one-up me. Right? It became comical to the point where we had an inside joke for getting big timed or getting one-upped that we called getting triple jump Toried as its handle. Even now, in 2014, all this time later, your boy still at it. My man Gabe Sanders sent me a video the other day of him trying to big time a video I did. Like, if I like say break down a video and I say like the athlete pushed through a particular angle, my man like he hears it in the whisper in the winds. We'll come back. This is the kind of dude come back and be like,
oh, well, if you really look at it, at the first movement, her knee angle dropped, so she wasn't really pushing through that angle. It's really, this is my better version of how things are because I'm smarter than everyone.
Come on. If I say my 4x1 team broke All-State meet championship record, he's come back with,
no, well, when my team broke the intergalactic 4x1 meet record, my lead leg also had to run anchor because Boba Fett caught the Wookiee that's usually my closer, and because I'm better than you.
Come on, man. Chill out. Look, if you're a successful coach, you're caught in a confusing world of both knowing you know what you're doing, but also knowing you may not actually know what you're doing. It depends on the day, really. You know more than some people, you know less than others. That's why I don't go on forums. And that's why I don't Google my name, because people be talking trash all over the place. Look, coaches that are smarter than everybody else, and smarter than me certainly, because I get plenty of people telling me how much smarter they are, directly, passive-aggressively. I get it. I understand. I understand that Boo and Path and Seagrave all come to you for advice. And I'm just a high school coach. But let's back off the big time and big timers, right? It's unnecessary. And so even if you think you're better than everybody else, and you know more, relax. Either way, unfortunately, it's just a rule. You're fired. Oh, yes, my friends. This is the part where we fire our third coach. But I have decided, instead of calling out someone who, or the type of coach who is extremely rude and unprofessional, I'm going to end this discussion from here at my summer home on the beach in a very tranquil place where everyone is calm and we can all transcend ego. Let's just edit this. Let's all be professionals. Let's not yell at people. Let's not be rude. If we do that, we'll be in good shape. This sport is a problem. It needs help. Either way, unprofessional types of coaches still exist, and there's only one way to end this, even while I'm here in the beautiful sun. you're fired. Get it together, coaches.